Spooky. Atmospheric music starts, then fades slightly to the background. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. With the nights drawing in and a certain spooky holiday just around the corner, I thought it was the perfect time to talk about one of Halloween's most iconic monsters, the zombie. We all know them. We all love to be scared by them. But where did this idea of the walking dead actually come from? And why are we so obsessed with them? Let's travel back in time, way before the blockbuster movies and hit TV shows. The concept of a reanimated corpse isn't new. It has roots in folklore and myth all over the world. But the modern zombie we recognize has a much more specific origin, tied to Haitian voodoo culture. In Haiti, the zombie was not a flesh-eating monster, but a soulless body, reanimated by a sorcerer or boker to be used as a mindless slave. This was a story born from real-world fears of enslavement and loss of free will, a terrifying concept in its own right. So how did this figure transform into the pop culture icon we know today? We can thank one man for that, George A. Romero. His 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead, completely reinvented the monster. Romero never actually used the word zombie in his film. He called them ghouls. But his creation, the slow-moving, flesh-hungry, reanimated corpse that could only be stopped by destroying its brain became the blueprint for everything that followed. He single-handedly created the modern zombie apocalypse genre. What's fascinating is how these stories act as a mirror to our own society's anxieties. In the 60s and 70s, during the Cold War, zombie movies often reflected fears of societal collapse and the breakdown of order. Fast forward to the early 2000s, with films like 28 Days Later, the zombies got faster, more aggressive. This rage virus concept tapped into contemporary fears of global pandemics and uncontrollable outbreaks. It showed how our anxieties evolve, and our monsters evolve right along with them. Zombies represent a unique kind of horror. It's not just about one monster in the closet. It's about the end of the world as we know it. It forces us to ask tough questions. What would you do to survive? Who could you trust? In a world where your neighbor could become your biggest threat, the story becomes less about the monsters outside and more about the human drama inside. It's a test of our own morality when the rules of civilization no longer apply. That's why these stories are so powerful, especially around Halloween. They combine that thrilling jump scare with deep, thought-provoking questions about humanity. From ancient folklore to modern blockbusters, the zombie has shambled its way through our collective imagination, constantly changing but always representing some of our deepest fears. So this Halloween, when you see a zombie costume or watch a classic horror flick, remember the rich history behind that groaning, stumbling figure. It's more than just a monster. It's a reflection of us. What's your favorite zombie movie or show? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive into horror history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and have a spectacular Halloween.